in San Jose, and they have two stars in front of them tonight. The first is Danny Garcia, another young, exciting 140-pounder throwing himself into the mix of these lower weight classes that have been sensational in this era of boxing. His Friday night fight debut, he takes on Pavel Miranda. And there is Danny Garcia, 21 years old. He is 12-0 with 7 knockouts. And a closer look at Danny. He is Philly born and raised, saying the only strong survive, and making it out of that city makes you the best. He's been trained by his father Angel throughout his entire amateur and pro career. Just missed making the Olympic team, so he turned pro 18 months ago, and he's got good solid balance and footing. How solid? He has 6 toes on his right foot. Can't make this stuff up.
I want proof of that. Make him take a shoe off.
Pavel Miranda is ready opposite the fellow 21-year-old from Tijuana. 18-3, 10 knockouts, and a closer look at Miranda. He may be the same age, but much different boxing backgrounds. Turned pro at the tender age of 16. He has taken college classes to be a physical therapist. And if he keeps fighting at this level of opponent, he may need some PT. This is second straight fight against an unbeaten prospect. He was TKO'd in his last bout last November.
At all times. Give me a good, clean fight. Good luck to both of you. Go back to your corner.
Ray Bolevich, the referee. Teddy has the Just for Men hair color stay in the fight analysis.
Well, let's go with the favorite here, the undefeated Garcia. He's taller, but gives up height. He being Miranda, by walking in. So take advantage when Miranda walks in and counter with left hooks as he comes and show that speed and combination punching. For Miranda, you're coming off 2 KO losses in your last 3 fights. What the heck? Go for broke and try to land that right hand. As we just said, Miranda has been knocked out in 2 of his last 3 fights. He's been off for 6.5 months. Very difficult spot for Miranda against the young undefeated Garcia.
I think he's showing you the hand speed early on there.
Yeah, I think Garcia probably should win by knockout here tonight, and obviously his people picked this opponent with that in mind.
Trying to place that left hook here in the early goings of round 1.
You know, most of the fights for Miranda have been in Mexico, Joe, and it shows you how it can be influenced. The records can be influenced by where you fight, the commissions, the states, the country. His record, Miranda's record in Mexico was 15-9 with 9 knockouts. 15-1, I'm sorry. 15 wins, 1 loss with 9 knockouts. Since coming to the United States, a little different. 3-2, and he has been knocked out 2 times. So as soon as he started fighting better quality opposition, all of a sudden, Miranda's record started to disintegrate a little bit.
And left home after his 16th pro fight. Now fighting here in San Jose in what is expected to be a showcase evening for one of the top young prospects in the sport, the green-gloved Danny Garcia.
Looks like Garcia's temperament is to counter, not to lead too much. He's not a walk-in guy. See, that's the counter-punching temperament of Garcia and style. You saw it right there. He waited for Miranda to come forward, make a little mistake, and take advantage of Miranda's mistake. And you see it again. Every time Miranda starts to throw something, Garcia's looking to do something off of that.
And he missed with a sweeping left hook off balance. And that's a slip.
Both these fighters came out here dry. Wouldn't be surprised to see a knockout or a knockdown early on. Neither one seemed to warm up real well in the locker room.
Garcia landed a pretty solid left hand to the body moments ago.
Garcia's a good body puncher, and with the left hook usually.
Just sent Miranda off balance with a left hook.
Garcia's looking for a knockout, not a decision. Everything he throws is hard, and it's with bad intentions. Garcia knows he's on TV, and I think he'd rather be going out of here with a knockout win than just a decision win.
So coming to the end of round number 1 on this week's Friday Night Fights, a chance to see one of the unbeaten prospects in the game, Danny Garcia.
Come on!
Danny Garcia, well connected to go up that boxing ladder, managed by Shelly Finkel, promoted by Golden Boy. And let's check in with the EA Sports Fight Night Round 4 punch track numbers from his debut round on Friday Night Fights. And you will see that Garcia had a 17-11 connect advantage, throwing 55 to Miranda's 38. Garcia has been showcased on many of the Golden Boy bigger pay-per-view cards. He's been on the Hopkins-Pavlik undercard, Pacquiao De La Hoya, Marquez Diaz, but now floors Miranda here early in round number 2.
And floors him with counter punches.
6, 7, 8.
Look up. Again, he waited for the aggression of Miranda, the reckless aggression of Miranda, and he worked that against him.
And now Miranda just goes right in with the intent of wrapping up.
Let him out. Let him out. Fight.
Sweeping right hand, and he goes down again. And this fight is over. Rabilevich has seen enough. Miranda overmatched. The young Danny Garcia takes a step forward.
And Garcia needs to fight better opposition.
Kind of been a theme this year of these young prospects, hasn't it, Teddy?
It is. I mean, Garcia had 120 amateur fights. Miranda had 10 amateur fights. Garcia with 120 amateur fights, he's fought much better fighters than this in his amateur career. He doesn't need to step down, and his people don't need to step down to this level. They can fight better guys.
Let's go back and look at the first knockdown by Garcia.
Again, a counter left hook. Yeah, he waited for Miranda to come forward. Again, you see the left hook. Miranda comes forward wide open, and Garcia knows what to do. Here's the end. Miranda's already been on the floor. Garcia knows if he puts some pressure on him, not a real clean punch, but at that point, I don't think Miranda wanted to be here anymore, to be quite frank with you. And again, Garcia's style, Joe, we said it early on in the first round. It's the kind of style where he's thinking in there. He likes to take advantage of the other fighters' mistakes. Wait for him to come and then counter.
Let's make it official by sending it up to the ring to Mike Vale.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout ends at 56 seconds of round number 2. Referee Rabilevich stops this bout for your winner by knockout, Danny Swift Garcia.
Teddy, obviously still a long road ahead for Danny Garcia, just 21 years old, 13-0. If you were training Garcia, what would be the next few steps you are taking in terms of room for improvement and in terms of managing the career?
Two things. One, in the gym, I'd work on him getting things done on the front end, getting things done where he can set up his own offense. He looked like a guy tonight. It was nice to see his power, nice to see the quick hands, nice to see counter-punching ability. But what happens when a guy's not going to walk in and make himself available, where he has to set up his offense, use the jab to create offense? I'd like to see him work on that. And again, as I said earlier, I'd like to see Garcia, who's very capable of it, step up and fight guys that are going to make him take half a breath in a fight.
Such was not the case tonight, but he did what he was expected to do. That doesn't always happen. Impressive fashion in the second round. The 2 knockdowns. Garcia now 13-0 with 8 knockouts. Let's send it back to BK.